few pages, but big fonts. Aunt Mary. She passed long before we were ready for her to go. She was a wife, a sister, an aunt, a great aunt, a great-great aunt, a godmother, a friend, and above all else, a second mom. While Mary and John were not blessed with children, she was a second mom to anyone who needed or wanted a mom in the moment. Aunt Mary could fill any role model which was needed. For the second mom role, Aunt Mary would take the Quincy children on the occasions almost every fall. You mentioned she liked to travel. The rules were simple. Listen, obey, and have fun. Misbehave, and we don't have fun. Order what you want from the menu, as long as you eat it. This last one resulted in meals that my cousins David, Christine, and I took full advantage of. Quite often, especially at breakfast. Her niece Irene went to Boston University and made a lovely tribute to her shortly after her passing about the love and support while she was in college. For the more local nieces and nephews, Aunt Mary's was always a place someone could stop by. All of the pickup nieces and nephews would stop in quite often when they passed by. If it happened to be Thanksgiving, everyone knew dinner was about 3 and would be there at the table until at least 6 or 7 in the evening. The home in South Boston, continuing in Palm Bay, was forever a waypoint for any family or friend passing through. You could expect a warm smile, a generous hug, a good meal, and a semi-comfortable pull-out couch, though Palm Bay does have an actual guest room. I have not mentioned the niece and nephews from New York yet. As with anyone, the children of her eldest sister would come by as they wished, sometimes unannounced from 400 plus miles away. Again, there was always a hug, a smile, good meal, and a semi-comfortable bed if it was wanted. The home in South Boston was the central gathering place for anyone who needed anything. It didn't matter what the reason, and it was never asked. You show up and second mom provided. Aunt Mary was the sun in our extended family's galaxy. While many may not realize it, she was the person who talked to everyone and who most people called to find out what was going on within the family. It didn't matter if your name was Yarger, Pickup, Welsh, Childers, Barbieri, Maskell, or Fitch. Aunt Mary probably had a regular call with you at some point in life. She was our go-to for family information, and sometimes gossip. The love Aunt Mary had for life was seen by all. While there are not many pictures of her in comparison to some others in the extended family, and she was always taking them. About half of them she has on a silly face. If someone said vacation, she was already packed. Aunt Mary always kept two suitcases with a week's worth of clothes ready to go at a moment's notice. One for colder weather and one for warmer. Aunt Mary truly loved life, family, and friends. Nothing else mattered. Those she loved were happy. A quick word on compassion. When Mary's mom, Grammy to most of us, fell in and it became apparent she would be confined to bed, Aunt Mary left her position of work to care for the family's matriarch so she could be at home in her final days. As Grammy always said, that is what she wanted. Aunt Mary cared for her mom all day, every day, for as long as she was with us. This is without any discussion about who would do this or complaints about taking on this life chore. Her love and compassion for family just came through, and she became her mom's caretaker in time of need, a mom to her mom. I wanted to take a moment to recognize the extremely special people that have been living with and next to Aunt Mary for the last 20-ish years. My mom, Ann, was her best friend and partner in crime. I know Ann will miss the daily silliness and many adventures. When the oil in the car needed changing, those two would make an adventure out of it. Who does that? It's a pain in the butt to go to the dealer for an oil change. But they made their retirement fun. Teresa. Mary's been Teresa's sister, friend, and guardian for decades. Over the last couple of months, Teresa has stepped up to take on many of the chores that Aunt Mary used to do. She lost her mom for the second time. And we know that there will be a void which can never be filled. Finally, there is Aunt Mary's husband of 47 years, Uncle John. While we celebrate Mary's life today, Uncle John has lost the love of his life. Uncle John once told me how he proposed to Aunt Mary after a very nice dinner at the top of the Hub restaurant in Boston. I'm sure that neither of them thought in that moment that we would be here today. I pray that Uncle John and Aunt Mary got to achieve most of what they wanted in their too few years together. And I pray for Uncle John to find peace, and that's not sarcastic, as he continues on in life, together with the family we have here with us today, as well as those who could not be with us today. In closing, Aunt Mary was called home much too soon, but no, God needed her for something more than we did. Please pray for her eternal rest, and for those who are and were closest to her to find peace in knowing that there is no more pain. She is with her sisters and brother once again, and we will see her in heaven, as there's no doubt that is where she is today.